Yeah. Okay, this is the cult of Rabbi. Um, what's our story of why Haredim don't fight in the army? How would you? I'm pushing off this conversation for a long time, but
They don't want to die.
What's the reason they want us to in the army? What's the reason that we don't fight in the army?
what's the reason that we're against it?
Why would you?
And don't say who says we're against it. I'm very against it. You want to know how against it? I believe that any Haredi who joins the army, we should take him out back and beat him up.
I'm saying it's
I'm that guy.
Cousin went to
Read the
join.
simulation.
Saying like
What?
seven and a
No,
half.
breeding
it's,
ground for
it's a
simulation.
huge, it's people's Yiddishkeit drop.
Okay, good. So I'll tell you what the answers
Cousin went to
aren't.
join this October 7th, became the secretary.
Little Taylor is not the answer.
You came a what?
Secretary. They might go to fight.
I have a cousin.
Rabbi
that's in the,
Shkoyach.
I have a,
So-
I have a-
Shkoyach.
I have a cousin that's in the
You're too
army
scared of
now.
this controversial take.
What?
I have a cousin.
I don't
I know,
I'm
I have a-
going.
I have a cousin that's in the army now, but both of his brothers aren't from. So I guess so it's
So it's a leg up, at least it's the Israeli army.
yeah.
I got very Tzionny recently.
No, the reason why it's an issue is because statistically, people who join the army,
Okay, so because these
whatever
are all,
level Yiddishkeit,
good. So these are all not
they
the
come out
reasons.
lower.
These are all
They definitely are reasons. They might not be the reason.
okay, but
I mean,
that,
it's not a factor.
I know it's not a
So why
factor,
is
but
it-
it would be a good reason. The absence of bigger and more important reasons that would be it's a problem to go to the army but these are dangerous answers because it just makes us weak. Like we're a bunch of Nebuch cases, which is it's actually the worst answer you could give because it sort of has this answer has the same problem that the real answer is trying to solve. The real reason is trying to solve, right? And it's not about that Torah was saving you with Torah and Torah is everything, you know? It's not about Torah.
Why do they want us? I think that's part of it also.
Okay, maybe that's getting closer,
Shas Hashmad.
but it's not, okay, so we have to explain these things, what all
Why do
these
they
things
want
mean.
an army in the first place? Well, they want them to
Well, the Arabs will run them over.
Yeah, you
without
need
that.
you need an army. You need an army. You need an army, and my position is that even the guys who aren't learning shouldn't go to the army.
My source stands with that.
Oh, because they're gonna get less. I understand. I understand.
It's the same concept that guys remain in yeshiva if they're not learning.
I understand.
In the case of this
I'm
language.
not saying that your answer doesn't explain a lot of things. It's just the problem with that answer is even if that answer was true, I would never voice it because it's a chil Hashem to say that answer. It's
There's
like
a lot of things we don't do out of worry.
what?
Why is that for Hashem?
First of all, not big things. This is too big.
You're not allowed to go in the water on Shabbos by the beach because you might come to build a boat. That's like a low.
And how important is it? How important is it to go swimming on Shabbos exactly?
Okay, so
It's not about how likely it is. If I'm saying the concept exists that Yiddishkeit doesn't allow things. There's no shofar on Rosh Hashanah. Like we don't do certain things because it might lead to something else. So like this not might lead. This is a fact. Everyone who goes to the Israeli army leaves less from when they go in. So of course,
First of all, it's not.
we campaign
First of all, don't say
strongly
it's not.
against
It's
it.
not a fact. There are many people. There are many people who become stronger, and they Yiddishkeit.
I don't
The
know.
Yiddishkeit. The
I've spoken to people
Yiddishkeit.
who were in the army.
It's the same thing
and
with
they-
college campus Kiruv. Everybody would say, "Oh, college campus Kiruv. How you going to Kiruv? There's girls and pritzas." Everybody would say that on colleges.
Okay, let's hear your
And
answer.
there are many people who became much stronger, better Jews because you're doing something important. Like I'm not saying I'm like the biggest tzaddik in the world, but I never had a nisayon of histaklos in college, like checking out girls. That was never my nisayon. Because when I'm on college, I feel that's my Yom Kippur. You know, I'm not saying if I'm driving on the highway, I don't have the Yitzhak to look at something, but when I'm teaching on the campus, and I'm representing God, and I'm giving people access to Yiddishkeit, that is my holiest moment in the world. When I am busy, not just on a campus, when I'm busy with a Friar Jew, my antennas are so up. I've never so on in my shmir of not to do anything wrong. Like I'm normally a very spaced out guy, and I can do just like I'm not with the program. But when I'm giving a shir on campus, I notice everything. I read every reaction of the person's face if something I said was not sensitive or wasn't this deep enough satisfactory answer. Whatever it is, it's there's a musig that when you're doing something huge, it expands you. You feel the weight of the thing, and I would say the number one problem of our dor today is insignificance. You know.
Do people feel insignificant?
Yeah. And going to the army can make you feel like a much bigger human, and a much bigger human is a much bigger oved. Like there are people, you've heard the argument that people should, I don't agree with it for other reasons, but you heard the argument people should move out of town, because live in the neighborhood because they need you. In Lakewood, everyone's like extra. Yeah, you become part. These are all real kindness. Might be the other side, the other, the drawbacks might be worse than the milus. It needs a real shikul adas, but the argument is a real argument. That feeling valuable and significant is the most game-changing hergish. You know, okay, we didn't prove the most game-changing, but it is game-changing, maybe even the most, right? So,
because you wouldn't give that answer.
Yeah, so I think it's a terrible answer. I think it's a terrible answer to say Torah is the most important thing in the world. It just makes, when you say that Torah is everything, it just makes Judaism sound unintelligible. The people listen to it and maybe they'll accept it, but they'll accept it like a chayk. Like, how could a book be more important than people's lives? So I might be at a level where, you know, even if I'm not from where I'm from, but I can accept, I lived long enough to know that everybody has their trips. So that's your trip, I'll accept it. And someone might accept it, but they shouldn't. It's not rational. Unless you could explain it, but no one's asking for the explanation. It's just, you don't even get a chance to explain it. When you say Torah is the most important thing, you basically lose the guy as a customer of rational Judaism. If he ever wants to join Judaism, it's because he's looking to give up his autonomy. You know, a lot of people come to religion because they just want to be followers. So the people who are going to join Judaism after they hear something like that, it could very often be that they're just followers. But a real person is not going to be satisfied from that answer. It's just the opposite. You're telling him that our answers to questions are not things that are going to make sense to you. You might be fine with that. You might be a generous guy and you'll accept it. But it's not going to light your fire. No one's getting the fire lit. Followers get their fire lit by answers that don't make sense. You know, when they're magical, mystical, heebie-jeebie, gematria, like something like that. So that guy, some people are blown away by that stuff. But real people, that's not the way to talk to them. And definitely not to sound like a bunch of insecure people. Like, I don't understand your religion. Like, you're scared. Like if a bunch of girls in uniforms are going to destroy your whole yeshiva background, so like how real is it? You know, what do you answer to that? You're not going to go in the army because, I thought you believe in this stuff. I thought it's important.
It's irrelevant of your beliefs. This is something it's called timtum. It's irrelevant of what your background is. And the Gemara speaks up to
It's not a bad answer. I get it. It's not a bad answer. What's the problem with the answer is you're just schlepping the entire world down to a smaller place to answer this question. Instead of raising everybody up, you're just saying, you know, we're all dirt. That's your answer.
We're all weak. Achieving for higher, and this will slow us
down.
We're
all weak. We're all very weak people.
I'm saying, and again, this thing, I'm saying the same thing Tanem and Amoraim were saying.
No.
Like Shmir Sinai, no one's about Shmir Sinai.
I understand, but that's not the reason not to go to the army.
I'm just saying,
let's hear the reason.
You're saying it's like no, I'm just like, these...
No, but it's good to go through all the steps to understand like what.
Like your Yiddish guy is that soft? Yeah, like I mean, you technically can paint it like that. So would you say the same thing to Rabban Abaya, who said they would, you know?
Well, first of all, it depends who you're talking to. You don't say, if I'm giving a vad to Big Yeshiva Bachram, I'll beat up on you on your weaknesses. But I'm talking to someone who's not from, definitely somebody who's hostile. I'm not going to be answering them by saying, yeah, we're weak.
So you're saying even though it's true, it's just not the best technique.
Yeah, but again, it's not just technique. It's we have these people are, they're like your purpose of life. When a Freya Jew talks to you, that's what you're here for. You are his Har Sinai.
That's what he's there for.
What?
So that's what he's there for.
No. He's there. Hashem sent you. You are his Har Sinai. You have to see yourself as Har Sinai. What?
Last week they were here just for you.
Why? What?
Last week they were here just for you to feel important.
Oh, that's what you're saying. You're saying he's my. Okay, good.
Temperature.
I hear. No fear. No, we don't do that. That's so. Okay, we'll have to reconcile those two things. It's fair. It's a good horror. What's the answer? Can you make salvage? It's really semantics. It's Hashem made the whole world. Everything's both, right?
So we're taking a step
It's like
back.
like the famous Rashi or the Chazal in the inn where the Reitzeach and the guy killed the Shoigig. He falls off a ladder and he's everything that happens. The guy who gets hit over the head need to get hit over the head, and the guy
dialing back, and the guy has more of a purpose than just to make you feel good. So we're dialing back a second, saying the guy has more of a purpose. This person that.
But your job is, that's God's business, Hadhoru. My job is to say, Bishvili Nivra Olam. This is what it means. It means that everything in the world is just a set for my part. I'm the only guy with a real talking part. Everybody else, what?
They call it main actors.
Okay, that's good. I'm the main actor. Bishvili Nivra Olam. Now you're the other guy. You have to look at the world also Bishvili. But we're big enough to know that Hashem made everybody, and everyone's saying Bishvili. But the point is, it's not a gimmick because it really is a Bishvili. Every single thing in the world is perfectly designed for your job. That's the amazingness of the Bairi. There's nothing that doesn't fit. Every single thing works for everything. It's sort of like I picture a good marshal is like the luchais you can read on both sides. It's the same idea. How do you read it on both sides? It's back. That's Hashem. Hashem can make that every prat works out perfectly. Right? So, okay. So,
real answer.
No, so the Kairach, what's the Kairach Torah? The Kairach Torah is the place we answer this. The Kairach Torah is like this. Kairach comes and says to Moshe, Kol ha'eda kulim kedoshim, lama tisnasu al kal Hashem. Everyone's holy. B'seichem Hashem, God is amongst all of us. Why have you raised? Moshe's middle appointing Kahanim and Leviim, and Kairach comes and complains, everyone's holy. So the way most people, the thinkers, learn Kairach, how do they learn that? How do you explain that? What's Kairach's taina? What? Equality. Why? What's that taina? It's a very common taina. What?
Not fair.
Who?
It's not fair.
It's not fair. Yeah. So we call that, the thinkers like to say Kairach's like your first communist, a utopian communist. Everyone goes through a stage like that in their lives, usually like in elementary school, where can you imagine a world where everyone had everything the same? No jealousy, no competition, everybody. It's an amazing world. It's a stage, right? But it's a very holy stage. Why? What is the value of that? We call it utopian communism, where everyone gets the same thing. And there's no kinna, nobody's sad. It's amazing. So Kairach's the first communist, and everything makes sense. Now you understand why everybody gathers around Kairach, why they love Kairach. It's such an appealing philosophy. You also understand the big thing. When Moshe kills Kairach dies and the ground opens up. By the way, let me just say this also. That sounds like the way Chazal describe him. Because what does he come? Chazal say he asked two kashas. What were his two kashas? I guess, Vayikach is where it comes from, right? Beautiful. Where did Kairach where did Kairach come from? The parsha of Tzitzis that we just ended on. The end of Shlach was the parsha we just described. So Kairach is coming from this, and he asked Moshe, if you have a beged that's kulei techeles, does it still need a string of techeles? It's amazing kasha. What's the kasha? He's saying we're all techeles. Why do you need to make leaders? The whole thing's techeles. What's the other thing he said? A bias malay svarim. You have a house full of svarim. There's need a mezuzah. The whole house is svarim. Kairach saying, if we're all great people, what are you making people in charge? You're just ruining. You're making as a capitalist, and you're making higher levels and lower levels. You're Russia. It's a good taina, and everyone loves that taina, and that's why everyone gathers around Kairach. It makes total sense. It also Moshe then goes to war again, and Kairach dies, and then after Kairach dies, everyone's angry at Moshe. It's like this is Moshe's. I call it his Babe Ruth moment. Like Babe Ruth hit many home runs, 715 home runs. The one he's most famous for is the one that he pointed to. He called it. This is Moshe's, that's I call it. He called the pocket. He said, if Kairach dies the way anyone else ever died before, it's not good enough. It's something that no one ever saw has to happen. The ground has to open up and swallow him live. That's the only way you'll know I'm right. And what happens? The ground opens up and swallows him live. So what would you expect Klal Yisrael to do? Moshe, you're the man, I'm sorry, But that's not what happens. They get angry at Moshe. Loma hamitem es am Hashem. Why did you kill the assembly of Hashem? No, it doesn't make sense. But now it makes sense. If Kairach is the first communist, the first person to sound like a communist, then how do we talk about communism today? When we talk about communism, what do we say? What's a normal sprach? What's wrong with communism?
It takes away all motivation and drive.
Okay. What else? Okay, that's good. That's good enough. But you didn't say Rishoyim, evil. Why not? What were you articulating? Not evil Rishoyim. You were saying what? Use different words. What you said. Like describe the type of taina you were saying.
That it creates lazy people.
So it's not practical. It doesn't work.
It ruins individuality.
I'm saying
it is a good theory. In
it's
theory,
nice.
it's
In
good.
theory,
it
it's
really
nice.
work
It's
in the
not
real world.
practical. It's philosophy. In the real world, it's not practical. But it's not evil, ricious. You don't.
Well, you're trying to.
It's a dreamer. It's naive. It's dreamer. It's la la land. Like a wish was like that. That's how we talk about communism. It's not practical. It's naive. It's not practical. That's what we say. So when Moshe
taking the
killed,
world into your own hand, Hashem made people that have good, they're deformed or that
Right.
look good. Like a few weeks ago, we were.
so you're saying that Hashem's a capitalist. You're saying it looks like Hashem's a capitalist.
The world is
It's
created
not
like
fit.
that.
Okay, so fine.
And
What's
you're
what's
messing
wrong?
around with Hashem's
What's
world.
wrong? That's a taina. No, Hashem
trying
made
to
poor. Hashem made poor people. I'm not allowed to give tzedakah.
No, you have to do
The same taina.
normal things.
Oh, that's what you're saying. The communist is the tzedakah giver. People are sick. You're not allowed to give them medicine. You can't join Hatzalah. What do you mean? Hashem made him hit by a car. Who are you? Who are you? Every Hatzalah guy is vetoing God, according to you.
You need to block my phone.
So the teretz. So this is what I'm just showing you is that when we talk about what's wrong with communism, what do we say? We don't say the Rishoyim. We say it's not practical. This is what they were saying to Moshe. When Moshe kills Kairach, they're all angry. Why? Okay, Moshe, it's not practical. Why do you have to kill him? Like, let him be a preschool teacher. Buy him a guitar. Let him do kumsitzes. Like this is reason for death. This is a death sentence. Aren't you getting carried away? Why are you killing someone for being not practical, for being a dreamer? It makes total sense why people loved Kairach, and it also makes sense why they're angry at Moshe after he kills him. It's a very good. The only thing that doesn't make sense in the story is what? What's the kasha? If you learn of the story that Kairach is a communist, then it makes sense why everyone loved him. It makes sense. It's taina. It fits with the Chazals. Everyone's holy. Why do we need leaders? Everyone should be the same. It makes sense why'd you kill him? Let him open a flower shop. You know? Let him. So the kasha is.
He wanted to be the leader.
Well, who says that's someone arguing with this theory, right? So then you have to say he's a liar, and everyone was tricked. You have to change the whole story. But if you learn it this way, everything's neat and everything fits, and all the kashas make sense. Why people were still angry after? See, if he wanted to be the leader and he got killed, so then the people would be Maida. That Moshe was right, and they wouldn't be angry at Moshe anymore. If you learn that he's a communist, then it makes sense why they're angry at Moshe. You don't kill dreamers. You give them a soft job that's not going to hurt anybody. Buy him some scissors and let him cut up the pieces for arts and crafts, right? Let him do finger painting with kids. There's a lot of jobs for dreamers that you don't have. The thing that doesn't make sense though is Moshe Rabbeinu. How come Moshe didn't get that memo? Why Taka did Moshe choose Kairach of all things to go to war with him? No? That's not a legitimate kasha? Moshe is defending Klal Yisrael every single time they do something wrong. Mechina, Mesifracha. Except Kairach. Kairach not only doesn't defend them, he lahashmid laharig. How is this Moshe's, in what world is dreaming a red line?
He's making the tzanas. It wasn't originally. Moshe tried getting him on his side and having a.
So you're changing the whole story
Yeah,
now. You're
he's
saying he
trying to make-
wasn't really a communist. It was only tzanas. It was a faker.